Welcome to my channel. This is Grace Manzi. In the video today, I'll be showing you how to make an A-line skirt with no pattern, with no calculations required, very beginner friendly. If you have never made a skirt in your life, you can make this one. It's very easy, and it's very economical when it comes to the material you are going to use. Okay, I made this one with just 1.5 yards of fabric. Okay, I'm not a small person, but it was enough to make a skirt for myself. Okay, and also you can also use this for your underskirts, for lining, for your flared garments that you might have made. You can also use this technique to make a lining without wasting much fabric. Okay, before I go into the video, I just want to say thank you so much to the subscribers of this channel, all those who took time to watch my videos, the wonderful comments, and also I got quite a few of video requests, and I promise to honor them. Okay, thank you so much for trusting me in me, and also learning from the way I teach. You know, it makes me very encouraged to carry on. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. You're going to need some interfacing, a pair of scissors, a zipper, some pins, a chalk, a tape measure, and the fabric. Now, since my fabric is just like a square, I'm going to start by folding it from the corner, okay, like this. Right, once I've done that, I'm going to get my tape measure. Okay, it's as simple as just measuring half your waistline measurement from that triangle. Mine is 9/18 because my waistline is 36, so I just measured 18 inches there. Okay, right, because my hip is a bit wider, I'm going to bring it down a bit to make 20. Okay, so you take your chalk and you mark both ends of your tape measure like that. Okay, once you've done that, you get your tape measure again. Now you're measuring from the corner, okay, coming down, and to that mark is 25.5 inches. Okay, so you're going to measure 25.5 inches all the way to the other end. Okay, like this. Okay, 25.5. Here. 25.5 there. Okay, I just need some pins here just to make sure the fabric is not moving, because this is rayon, it's got a tendency of moving a bit. The next thing you are going to do is to measure your desired skirt length from that line here going down. Okay, so my skirt length is 27, so I'm going to measure 27 from that point. Okay, and mark. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and join those points. Okay, now the skirt is ready to cut out. Okay, so you cut out along those lines. you can see, you've got your skirt already, okay? If I put those pins on this open side, which is going to be the back, right? So that's where you pin. Of course, you're going to put the right sides together. I'm just going to be illustrating what it will be looking like, okay? So that will be your skirt done, okay? That's the front of your skirt, okay? And that will be the back of your skirt. Now with the remaining fabric, I go ahead and cut the waistband, okay? Fold the fabric in half, as you can see. This length is 25.5 inches. All I need is 22 inches, okay? So I'm going to measure 22 inches, okay? Like that. And then the width of my waistband is going to be 2 inches times 2 is 4 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'm going to measure 1 inch, 5 inches from that white line here, okay? That is going to be the width of my waistband, okay? So that's what I'm doing now. Measure 5 inches all the way to the end. Okay, now I can go ahead and cut it out. Cut out along that white line here. That's the waistband done. I then went ahead and cut some interfacing, which is half the width of my waistband. I don't want it to be too thick, okay? This is fusible interfacing. So when I fuse it on the other side is going to come over like that, okay? So that's the waistband and interfacing done, and the skirt. So as you can see, you can literally make this skirt in minutes. And there you go, we are ready to start sewing. And it's so easy, it's just got one seam at the back. That's where you are going to put the zip on, okay? Now let's start sewing. Now to start sewing, you go to the seam, turn your skirt inside out as I've done here, and pin in place with the right side facing, okay? Starting from the waistline, measure 7 inches, 7 or 8 inches, okay? I'm going to measure 8 inches, okay? That is where my 8 inches is. And then I'm going to mark, okay? Make sure the mark is very visible. So, starting from that mark, going down, I'm going to make a 1/2 inch seam, right, and open it. And then this top bit, I'm going to use it to attach the zip, okay? Okay, the seam is ready now for the zip, opened, and also I did some overlocking to tidy it up. Now to attach the zip, you remember you left this top part open here. So that's where you're simply going to get your zip and place it on there like that. Okay, you pin around it and then turn to the right side and stitch it all the way around, okay? Okay, now the zip is in place. The next thing you are going to do is to get the center front of your skirt. So to achieve that, you fold your skirt like that, okay? Right, and then you mark, take a chalk and mark the center front, okay? Right, that's your center front. Now, you need to bring your zip to the center front, there where you have marked, okay? So you bring your zip here and pin it in place. Okay, so that's the center front against the center back. Okay, so what you want to do is to measure your waistline again, okay? Remember, I made mine 20 inches because I've got a wider hip And if you measure 6 inches down here, okay, we go 6 inches down there and measure, you're going to find, you get my hip measurement, okay, which is 50, and that's, as you can see, I've got my 25 inches here, okay. Can you see that? Right. But if you don't have a wide hip, you don't have to do that. Just make sure your waistline is the exact one when you are cutting out, okay? So now I want my waistline to come back to 36 inches. So I've got 2 inches extra. So I'm going to get those two, to subtract those 2 inches from either side of the zip, okay? So I get the midpoint of this side here, right, and mark it, okay. I do the same on this side, okay, and mark as well, okay. So I'm going to make 2 dots on here, which are going to be 1 inch wide. So I mark ½ inch on either side of the dot, okay, like that. So after marking that, I'm going to measure the length of my dot. My dot is just going to be 4 inches, so I go down 4 inches here and mark. So that's how long my dot is going to be, okay. Measure again 4 inches here. Right, so my dots are ready to be sewn now. Once I've done the dots, the next thing I'm going to do now is the waistband. Now for the waistband, start by fusing the interfacing like I have done on the half of the waistband, okay, and then I've done overlocking on that other side, okay. So starting with the side that has got interfacing, okay, you open the zip, right. This is the right side of your skirt, right side is facing, so you leave a 1/4 inch at the edge of waistband here and start pinning it in place onto your waistband as follows. Okay, I repeat the whole process until the end, and then you come here and use ½ inch sewing allowance to attach the waistband to the skirt. Once the waistband is done, okay, that side where you left ½ inch, you just fold it back, okay, and pin in place like that. Okay, so what you are going to do is just stitch here, okay, and turn it to the other side, right. And on the other side, which is a little bit longer, okay, you stitch from this end here, okay, from that end, and then from here going up, right. Again, you turn it inside out, okay. That's what I'm going to be doing now. Okay, finally what you need to do is just to pin the waistband in place like that. Make sure that seam is facing upwards, okay, like that. Okay, repeat the same until you get to the end, okay, just making sure that seam is facing up, then you carry on pinning in place, okay, and then you turn to the right side. You finish off the waistband by just stitching along that seam line, okay. Once that is done, you finish off your skirt by putting a buttonhole stitch on the longer side there, and putting a button here, and that will be the end of your skirt. And for the hem, I've done overlocking at the hem. You could leave it like this, okay, depending on what type of fabric you are using, or in my case I'm just going to turn in about 1/8 of an inch or 3/8 like that, and just make a roll, like sort of a rolled hem, and that will be the end of my skirt. And then I'll show you when it's done. As usual, I'll put it on and show you how it fits. This is more or less just going to be a casual skirt. Okay, so that's it. A very simple and easy skirt that you can make literally in minutes. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.